Life in the fast lane. Surely make you lose your mind. Life in the fast lane.
Whoa, that was fast. Hello, my name is Adam and welcome to A Duda Reviews. It's an entertainment channel for entertainment purposes where I cover TV, movies and music and all that beautiful stuff. If you like the sound of that, then you'll probably consider liking and subscribing. Oops. Yesterday evening I watched the Flash movie. This was a movie that I wasn't intending to watch. I kind of have a stance on it. It was like, I'm not going to watch this film. Fuck this film because of Ezra Miller and his antics outside of the film really put me off. And yeah, I mean, the only reason I ended up watching it was because somebody else paid for it. So I was like, okay, fair enough, I'll watch it. So I watched it and it was good. And I didn't think it was gonna be. So that was a big surprise. I found it to be entertaining. I didn't find it like amazing or anything like that, but I found it to be entertaining. I think the time travel story itself, that is the main story of the thing, was really good. I actually think Ezra Miller was pretty good. He had some really good comedic scenes in it. I think that he is very comparable, or his character is very comparable to Sheldon of The Big Bang Theory.
Bazinga. Bazinga.
And that's sort of like, I don't really know the character Flash that well, but I'm pretty sure he isn't based on the character Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. Because it's almost like they are trying to use Ezra Miller, Barry Allen's character, as the Spider-Man of the DCEU, where he has the quips and he's more the everyman, and he's a bit more like comedic in his portrayal. But yeah, it comes across a little bit more annoying than endearing, I suppose. But the time travel story itself was pretty good. So he goes back in time to try and stop his mum from dying, and there's also like a bit of convoluted other stories involved in that, and how he tries to save his dad from going to court and being sentenced for the murder of his mother. I think what it was. The CGI is very, very questionable in this, so it doesn't look very good. There are some scenes, and there's a weird scene where there's like, he has to save loads of babies. So these babies are falling from a building, and he has to save these clearly CGI babies. And it's just weird. It's just a little bit off-putting, and I found it quite unsettling watching it. I was like, this is a little bit odd. Just because it was babies, it's like, I don't know, it's like, maybe I'm a little bit too sensitive when it comes to that kind of thing, but it's like, that was just odd to me. And they clearly made them look really CGI, I guess, so that like it didn't look like it was real babies being thrown out of a window. But it's just the whole, and there's a part where they put a baby in a microwave, and it's like the old joke, putting a baby in a microwave. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, this is like a kids film, really, essentially. But yeah, very strange sense of humor there. So I guess when the real sort of film kicks in is when Batman, Michael Keaton, enters the movie.
You are? Yeah. I'm Batman.
And everybody's like, shit, nostalgia, and member berries start kicking in.
Oh, I remember.
And everybody's like, wow, I remember that when he was Batman. It was a good film. And there's Back to the Future references that peppered throughout as well, and that sort of gives it this sort of time travel elevation kind of to the storyline. It makes it seem a little bit more important than it is, and then you get the sort of, in my opinion, this is like my opinion obviously, and you get this CGI mess of a fight where it's just like everything looks like a really shit computer game. It doesn't even look like a good computer game. It looks like a really shit computer game. You're just playing it and they're all like mashing together and look boom, and it's just like fights and bollocks, and you don't really know what's going on, and then it ends kind of thing. It's a bit of a mess, but it is funny. There's a lot of humor in it, and it is funny when you're watching it. You're like, that's funny, that's funny, that's funny. So there's a lot of funny bits to it. There's a lot of weird bits to it. There's a lot of like really bad CGI to it. So I'm already kind of forgetting the film. I feel like it's already getting erased from my memory as I'm talking about it. And a lot of the Supergirl and the Zod stuff, I've already sort of, it's like nothing. Ezra Miller, if he never returns as the Flash, I won't care. It would be fine for me. I'm looking forward to seeing this James Gunn's reboot of the whole thing, where he just like fucks it all and just starts again, because I think that's definitely what it needs. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the DC has to offer. And I always sort of disregard the Christopher Nolan Batman films compared to the DCU films. I'll just see them as completely separate things, because that's why, like, I'm glad they didn't have Christian Bale as a cameo in this film, because it's like Christian Bale's better than that. I'm sorry, but he's better than that shit. So like the fact that he wasn't in it, that's fine with me. And they even included, like, at the end of it, spoiler alert, this whole thing is a spoiler, but I'll put that at the beginning, George Clooney. It's like, and you're like, yeah, George Clooney, yeah, that. And then it just reminds you it was a shit film. It's like, oh yeah, that was a shit film as well. And it's like, oh. So you're like looking at something and I don't know. It was good. It was entertaining. It's not something I'm really going to rush out to watch again. I will watch it again, maybe 5 months from now when it comes on streaming or something like that, or sooner. But it's no Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. But it does have humor. It has entertainment. It has characters that hook you in a little bit. I think Ezra Miller, as much as I dislike him, did a decent job with it, even though he is basically the guy Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. But yeah, reboot the whole thing. Let's see a brand new DCEU or DCU or whatever they call it, and start again, because it needs it. So the only person I wish would have carried on is Henry Cavill as Superman, but he never got his second film. I didn't really like the first Superman film, Man of Steel. It had its moments, but I think he was a really good Superman, and I think he had a lot of potential, but he just never even got his second film. It's ridiculous. But like, yeah, he's gone now, so start again, fresh, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I would give this film a 7.5 out of 10. It wasn't that bad as I thought it would be. So I was pleasantly surprised. I think mainly by the humour. The humour was what lit it up for me, and the nostalgia berries of Batman. But yes. So that's my thoughts on The Flash. What did you think of The Flash? Let me know in the comment sections down below. In the meantime, I'll see you in the future. I love you very much. God bless. Goodbye.